Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Today we'll be talking about modern workplace, how you can collaborate, communicate, and get work done with your teams. So inshallah, please have the intention that you're trying to watch this video to be more efficient for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as you spend that time, as you struggle to learn some new technology, some new systems, going outside of your current habits, you will be rewarded for every single second of that. Make sure your intention is pure and for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you will have reward for watching the video, for working on it, and so on and so forth. As we work on it, what I would recommend is that, turn off the distractions, pause the video. If I'm giving you some exercise, some topic to work on, pause the video and actually, go ahead and do that activity, and so that you can basically follow all along. So I want to start with the topic of a modern workplace. So if you Google that terminology, I'm going to, any link that I show, I will put it in the video description, so you will have all those links accessible to you. I found this great article, right, in terms of collaboration effectively, getting smarter with your data, and open communications, and utilizing modern tools. So modern tools of communication, project management, is a big industry. There's a lot of cash being spent on that. People are investing time in this. People are investing, cash flow. People are investing trainings in that, integrations, and everything is being done in the industry, in the corporate world, and nonprofit sector as well. So now think about it. If you want to do something for the sake of a nonprofit organization, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why would you not step up your game? Why would you not invest time in learning and growth? Would you not do it for your day job, a job that your paycheck is dependent on? You would do the same things. So why, when it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why don't we step up our game and we adopt these modern technologies with the intention of being more efficient, more productive in your day-to-day environment? And also these skills will help you in your day job as well. So if you are trained on those things, if you have understanding of these tools and whatnot, it will help you when you are applying and moving up in your careers as well. So let's begin. Bismillah. So there are different elements to this whole thing. For now, I'm just going to be discussing one thing, which is basically project management. I will mention two things on the side, but those are not part of the main video. I may make two videos about those two other areas later on if I see there's a need and whatnot. So one thing I would recommend, for example, now this is on the side, is to start thinking about moving away from WhatsApp or Telegrams, and to start using something that's really modern, but people have adopted it. Why are we behind, right? And it's something called Slack. I'm sure there are other competitors of Slack. That doesn't matter. You can choose something, but WhatsApp and Telegrams really are not that great of technology for communication. Slack has amazing features. You can have things that are pinned. Search is great. You can mention people. You can set different notification for your desktop or your computer, laptop, or for your mobile phones. You can have threaded conversations. If you're talking about some topic and you don't want to pay attention to that topic, people can talk about it in a thread, and you won't be notified about it. You'll be notified about things that you care about. It really helps you focus and grow and collaborate and so on and so forth. You can have different channels. One channel is for news and general discussion. There's another channel for focus different specific topics. So it can be really amazing for a group, for a team. But anyways, this is not the topic that we are trying to discuss at this point. What we are discussing right now is Trello, which is more of a project management type of tool. So to get started with Trello, what you will need to do is you will go on Trello.com and you will create yourself an account. Okay. Oh, all my boards are visible. Yeah. So you will go on there. You will create an account. 1 second. Let me just try something quickly here. All right, so this is a fresh board. Yeah, so you go on Trello.com. You don't have an account there. You will create sign up, right? On the top right, you can create sign up. You can also then, what you can do is download it for your mobile phone, for your Android phone, Apple phone, and you can also download it for your computer as well if you like. Or you can use the web version. What I'm demoing right now is the web version, but I recommend that you download it on your computer or on your phone, or both. So once you've created your account, let your team lead, let your project manager know your email so they can add you to a board that you can use. So let's go back to our example here. So here's a template board that I've created for you guys. You will see the link in the video description. And what you can do now is, first of all, as you get started, first thing you will do is you will copy this board. So you click on top right here, show menu, and then you will copy the board. Okay, so you will give it your own name, right? So let's say whatever your team name is, you know, team elite, whatever. So you can give it your name and whatnot. And if you want, you can use the concept of a team. So Trello also has a team concept, so your team can have a variety of boards. And but anyways, we won't talk about this advanced feature. If you are interested in this, you can look it up online, you know, Trello team boards. Let's not worry about it for now. So you can create a copy. It will become your own private copy. I won't have access to it, and then you can give access to whoever you like. Let me close this. So that's the second step. Now, what you will do as a team lead, obviously you want it to be private. My board is public because I'm sharing it with you guys. You want it to be private or team visible. And then you can click on invite, and then you can add email addresses of people, right? So you can add email addresses of different people, and they will be invited. Yeah, so you can, for example, you know, add email and then, you know, give them invitation. So what I would recommend for now, pause the video and get those two things done. You know, create your account, download the app, then, you know, go ahead and make a copy of this private board. So pause it, get these two things done, and then continue the video. I don't want to make short videos. I'm being a bit lazy here at the moment. I've done short videos earlier, but for now I'll just make one long video. Okay, so go ahead, do it. Welcome back. Okay, so what we'll do now is I want to quickly explain to you another concept which is not part of this video, but as a side thing. So in this thing, what you are seeing is the resources section. So there's a concept which is basically which can help you set your goals for the next year, set your goals for the 5 years, and so on and so forth. It also gives you a model of working with you know, traction, so working with issues and resolving issues and growing as a team, and how do you prioritize things and how do you focus on things. So those details, you may have to do some readings on that. I may make a video about it later, but if you open my template document, it actually walks you through it. It explains you the concept. It links to details about those concepts. So if you choose to do that, you can do it. Okay, what we'll be focusing on now for the rest of this video is basically how do you weekly focus on your goals. So these three things are what we will be talking about today. Okay, so L10 meetings, what are L10 meetings, what are quarterly rocks, and what is the IDS process? You can see the details in these blogs here if you like. And here is a, you know, this link is what you can use to copy my template board if you want to. And this is a blog article that explains, you know, how do you copy a board. I've already shown it to you anyways, but you know, and these are some tutorials from other people about Trello and advanced features and things like that. Okay, so let's move on to what is this quarterly focus thing, and then how do we run the weekly meetings. Okay, so quarterly focus, I think, you know, if there's a lot of science behind it and research, and it's the idea of that, look, you know, if you have, let's say, 5 members or 3 members, each one to pick one big item that you guys want to solve for this quarter. So it could be, you know, setting up social media, it could be recruiting volunteers, it could be conducting trainings, it could be reaching out to customers, it could be marketing material, whatever. You know, pick something that's well defined and that you want to focus on in the next 90 days. So you want to define what is your focus and what would success look like at the end of the 90 days. So you pick one item and you assign it to one person. From that main item, you will keep generating to-do entries. You know, to-do entries that you will do to get your bigger goal achieved. You get your 90-day goal achieved. So this is how it will look like. So every week as you're meeting, you will use this agenda. So it will really help you end your meetings in time as well. So let's say if you're working on quarter, right? So you can say quarter, Q number 2, Q3, whatever year, and then you can create a card here, and you can say, look, you know, set up social media accounts, and you can assign it to a person. Okay, the way you assign it is you click enter, and then you click on this thing, and you click on members, and you can assign it to someone on your team. Okay, and that's my rock, for example, and then somebody else can have some other rock, and so on and so forth. Okay, now once you have done these things, obviously these should these should then branch out into to-do actions. So the idea of a to-do action is that ideally it should be completed within the week. So what are the small actions, small deliverables that I want to complete in the next week? Okay, so I might say, create accounts, pick images / banners, invite audience, pick social media management tool. Okay, so you want to assign all these things. I think you can click, you can take your mouse there, and then you can, there are shortcuts as well. So anyways, you can assign it all these things, right? And things like that. So those becomes your weekly to-dos. Everybody would have a weekly to-do. Okay, now once this is done and you are coming to your weekly meetings, this is the agenda that you will use for your weekly meeting. I will describe the agenda in here. Okay, this is going to be our weekly meeting agenda. But in the meantime, just wanted to quickly show you that, look, there are many other features of Trello that you can, Google, and you can get better tutorials on that, as I've linked into that document. But if you click on show menu, you can actually filter the cards. You can say, hey, you know what? I just want to, sorry, here. So now you're in the main menu. You can change background. You can say, okay, I want to, you can click on more, and you can do settings and a whole bunch of different things. Close this. Okay, so what I wanted to show you, actually, here. So if you click on this filter icon, right? So right beside the search bar on the web interface, if you click here, you can say, you can have labels as well. So if you want to have label for marketing or other things like that, you can have labels as well. And you can say, okay, show me the cards that are due in next day, due in the next week, cards that are overdue. You can say, okay, show me the cards that are assigned to me, right? And so on and so forth. So you can really filter it for management perspective as well. And then senior leadership can have all that sort of visibility as well. Okay, so this is how you will start your weekly meeting, okay? So this is referring to the traction book. If you're following that, this is chapter 8. What they're talking about is that obviously you start on time. Make sure it starts on time. Everybody should get there before the meeting. You should be having your chit chat before the meeting officially starts, and your phones are locked away. You're focused. Okay. Then the next thing you want to start with is that just go around the team and let people share something that they're excited about, something that they're happy about in their personal life. It could be professional life as well, but ideally should be personal, so that you get to know people and it's not just like all work discussion. You break the ice and you actually connect with people. So that should take 5 minutes. After that, you do a quick, scorecard update. So you click on it, and then you can, do your update. So whatever things that you are interested in, you will capture it. For example, you can say, Facebook followers. This is my result for this week. Twitter is this. Video release this is this. Let's say I've done my video release. Video backlog. Video in stock, right? So you can copy paste those things, and every week you are watching these numbers, right? It could be classes delivered, it could be whatever, phone calls done, things that are important to you that you want to measure. Okay, so every week you can keep capturing those things as week goes by, right? And then you will have a historical view of things. Okay, so I will delete that because I don't want it to be in your template that you will be copying. But I hope that you get the idea, right? So whatever numbers are important to you, you can capture them here. Okay, after that, you look at the rocks progress, 5 minutes. So basically you say, hey, Zubair, your 90-day rock was about set up social media account. Is that on track? I will either say yes or no. You don't want to spend too much time. If I say no, then you will say, okay, Zubair's issue with rock. Okay, so you just capture it here. Okay, then you go and somebody else, you know, your goal was, you know, to recruit 10 volunteers. Are you on track? Yes or no? If the person says no, then you say, okay, you know what, Rahil's issue on rock. Okay, so you're just capturing it for now. If the other person says, yeah, I'm on track, cool, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, any other issues that you want to discuss, you know, customer, student, volunteer, employee, anything that we need to discuss? It's like, yeah, you know what, says Zuhair is going on leave, right? So we want to talk about it. Okay, so right now, look, we're not discussing. That's very important, because a lot of time what happens in meetings, we start discussing issues, and then, you know, all we know is like 1 hour gone. Maybe that wasn't the most important thing to discuss. So once we have captured that, then we go on to to-do list recap. So here is basically, okay, now you go into to-do list. Yes, done or not. If it's done, okay, move it into done. You can just drag it, okay? Oh, this is not done. Why? Okay, I need to talk about it. Okay, class, move it back in the issues. Right, as you can see, invite audience, okay, done. Okay, I need to discuss this as well. So I'm capturing, see, whatever is an issue, I'm bringing it into the issue list here. So this is how it's looking. We're not discussing it, we're just capturing it at the moment. Now, basically, the main crux of the meeting will be to identify the issues, to discuss the issues, make sure the issues are clear, and how we will solve it. So now what we'll do is we'll prioritize this thing. Okay, look, I want to discuss this first. So this is the highest issue. Then I'm going to discuss this. So, you know, with the team agreement, you want to sort it out. This is probably a medium issue. This is a low-hanging issue. So that if you run out of time, you know, these things, you can pick it up in the next meeting. Okay, and if you've identified as one big block item and it cannot be solved in a few weeks, and we probably want to think about it in the next quarter, so we'll say, okay, you know, for example, one issue could be like, you know, hire new IT personnel. But we are too busy, it's the end of quarter, we'll say, okay, look, I'm going to move it into unassigned rocks. It's a big item, but I don't have time to think about it right now. It's not as critical, and we'll just keep it here. And when we are meeting at the end of the quarter and we're trying to figure out items for next quarter, then we will think about it. Now, what you will do is you will discuss these things. These may then create other either unassigned rocks. It may create other to-do items for next week, and so on and so forth. So that's the idea of how you run these meetings. And at the end, you say, okay, khalas, this is it. You know, these are the action items that we need to do for everybody. And then you will conclude your meeting. You will conclude your meeting, and you'll go around the team and you'll ask, you know, rate the meeting. And that's why it's called level 10, you know, rated out of 10. And usually you should have a score of 8 or 9. Or you should really aim for a score of 10. If you're getting 8s or 7, that means you're not running, you know, team members are not happy, and you need to discuss why they're not happy with the meeting. Is it not starting on time? Is it going over time? You know, are they not being heard? What's the issue? So that's why I wanted to show you guys. You know, again, I hope that it's beneficial. If not, I mean, if you have any questions, you know, feel free to reach out to me. And always think, you know, it's important to step back and think, what can we do to make our work better, especially the non-profit sector, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also, one common, you know, argument is that, hey, you know what I've been using, it's working for me. Yes, it's been working for you, but if you really want to grow 10x, and you want to scale, and you want to have more people in your team, and you want to have a layered hierarchical team and different projects, and you want to have that focus and clarity, you will need to adopt new tools. As the famous book, you know, it says that the title is What Got You Here Won't Get You There. So yes, what you have been using has been working for you, but if you really want to now step up, 10x your game, then you probably need to change your tools and working style as well. And yeah, so that's what I've got. Thank you so much for listening. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and make us all productive. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.